If you've been sitting on the sidelines waiting to buy your first home in Southwest Washington, waiting for rates to drop, waiting for prices to come down, waiting for the right time, I've got some news for you. About 62% of buyers have been doing exactly that for 2 straight years, and the market hasn't really cooperated. So today we're throwing out the hype and the hopium, and we're running the real numbers. What does it actually cost to buy a home right now in Clark County, Washington? What income do you actually need to buy a home? And are there programs that can actually help? Let's get into it. As of May 2026, the median home sales price in Clark County, Washington is around $535,000. That's our baseline number for everything we're about to calculate. Mortgage rates right now, a first-time home buyer going conventional with a 3% down payment is looking roughly at 6.625% interest. If you go FHA with 3.5% down, you're looking closer to 6.25% interest. Now, I know we've been hearing rates are gonna come down for 2 years running. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. They have come down slightly over the past year, but today we're planning with the rate you can actually get today, not the rate you're hoping for. Here's the one piece of genuinely good news. Inventory in Washington state is up 12.5% year over year. Clark County specifically has seen a big surge in new listings. That means you have more homes to choose from, more negotiating power. The sellers are getting a little more realistic than they were in 2022 and 2023. So the buying environment isn't all bad, it's just expensive. All right, let's do the math most people are afraid to look at. I'm gonna walk you through 2 realistic scenarios, both on the 535 median Clark County home. Property taxes are calculated at 0.9% of the sales price, which is right in line with Clark County. First scenario, a conventional loan with 3% down at a 6.65% interest rate. Your down payment is $16,050. Your loan amount is $518,950 at 6.65% interest over 30 years. Your principal and interest payment is $3,323 a month. On a conventional loan with less than 20% down, you're also gonna pay for PMI, private mortgage insurance, which runs roughly $250 to $303 a month at this loan size. Property taxes come out to around $401 a month. Homeowners insurance estimated about $150 a month. Add all that up and you're looking at a total payment of right around $4,177. To qualify comfortably at a 43% debt to income ratio, you'd want a household income of around $117,000 a year. The good news on conventional PMI is that it goes away once you hit 20% equity. So it's not permanent, but at $303 a month, it's real money while you're paying for it. The second scenario, an FHA loan with 3.5% down at a 6.25% interest rate. The down payment is $18,725. Now here's something really important to understand about FHA that a lot of people gloss over. FHA charges what's called an upfront mortgage insurance premium of 1.75% of your base loan amount. On this home, that's $9,035 and it gets rolled directly into your loan balance. So your actual financed amount isn't $516,275, it's $525,310. You're starting the loan already a bit deeper in the hole. With that financed loan amount around 6.25%, your principal and interest is around $3,234 a month. FHA also charges an annual mortgage insurance premium of 0.55%, which works out to about $237 a month. Property taxes, same as before, $401, insurance $150. Total monthly payment comes out to around $4,022 a month. To qualify at that same 43% DTI, you'd want a household income of around $112,000. Although with FHA, you could qualify up to a 57% DTI, whereas conventional would be 50%. Now here's where people get tripped up. Yes, the FHA monthly payment is about $155 cheaper than the conventional in this comparison because the rate is lower. But you borrowed more money because of that upfront MIP. You're paying interest on a larger loan balance for the entire life of the loan. And unlike conventional PMI, which cancels when you hit 20% equity, FHA mortgage insurance stays for the life of the loan unless you refinance out of it. So FHA is not necessarily cheaper in the long run, depends entirely on how long you hold the loan and when you refinance. My point here isn't to steer you one way or the other, it's to make sure you're looking at the full picture before you decide. Now, I know that some of you are thinking, Connor, these monthly payments are rough. And yeah, I'm not gonna deny that. But here's what I want you to hear. There are programs specifically designed to help first-time buyers in Washington state that most people have zero idea exist. And that's a shame because they really can make a difference. The Washington State Housing Finance Commission, people call it WSHFC, runs 2 programs worth knowing about. The first is called the Home Advantage Program. It's Washington's flagship first-time buyer program. It offers a below-market 30-year fixed rate, typically 0.25 to 0.5% lower than current market rates. And on top of that, you can layer in down payment assistance up to 5% of the loan amount as a deferred second mortgage. No monthly payment on that assistance until you sell or refinance. Income limits go up to $180,000 for much of Clark County. Minimum credit score is 620. The second piece is their down payment assistance program, which can get you up to $30,000 as a second mortgage at 4% simple interest. Again, no monthly payment. On a $535,000 home, $30,000 towards your down payment dramatically changes what you need to bring to closing. That could literally be the difference between this being possible or not being possible for your family. The catches are real but manageable. You need to complete a Washington State Housing Finance Commission approved homebuyer education course, which is about 8 hours, which can be done online. And you need to work with an approved lender, so not every bank or broker is going to be on that list, although I am. But here's the thing, these programs are massively underused because people don't know they exist. Now you do. So the big question, buy now or wait? Here's my honest take. If the math works for your income and you plan to stay in Southwest Washington for at least 3 to 5 years, the case for buying now is stronger than most people think. Reason one, the people who have been waiting 2 years for rates to drop watch Clark County prices still go up. Waiting for a better rate while prices climb can cost you just as much or more in the long run as just buying at today's rates. Reason two, if rates do drop into the 5s and some forecasters think that happens in 2027 or 2028, you can refinance. You cannot go back and buy the same house at today's price if it appreciates another 5%, 10% while you're waiting. Reason three, inventory is up 12.5% right now. More supply means more leverage for you as a buyer. Sellers are sitting on the market longer. Concessions are coming back. This is a better environment to negotiate in than we have seen in years, even with the rate environment being what it is. Now, if the math doesn't work, don't force it. Don't stretch yourself into a payment that keeps you up at night. Use this as a checklist. What is your household income? What is your credit score? Have you looked into the WSHFC programs? And what is your realistic timeline for staying in this area? Those 4 questions will tell you a lot about whether right now is your moment. So that is your 2026 first-time buyer reality check for Southwest Washington. Real numbers, real programs, no fluff. If this was helpful, make sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I cover Ridgefield, Washington, Clark County, and everything happening in Southwest Washington every single week. Drop your questions in the comments. I read every one of them. And if you want me to run the numbers on a specific price point or your personal situation, let me know below and I will get into it. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.